Next movie on our list.
I want to tell you some things that Brian Thompson is in. So he's the night slasher in Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
He's a punk in The Terminator. He is Shao Kahn in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep.
He's Brock in Dragonheart.
In Dragonheart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Dennis Quaid?
Yeah.
All
Yeah. I think that's everything.
Well,
like
he was in
note.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, he was like
Oh
the first.
yeah, he
was
played
the first.
two different characters.
Yeah.
Two different bad guys in that that they killed off.
He's one of these guys that's been in a ton of movies, and you just don't
He's
realize
the chick's #1 man in this movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the lady's in charge, and
Yes.
he's like her
This
enforcer.
guy-
Okay,
this
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
like he's like Sven Thorson, but he actually gets lines.
He's got like
Yeah.
the jawline of a freaking
Yes.
of a Titanic. Okay, gotcha. All right, Jude,
Yes.
take it away.
All right, sir.
I was gonna say we should do a Brian Thompson week, but we've already watched a lot of his movies.
Nobody's gonna tune in for Brian Thompson. No
Oh the
offense,
hell!
man.
We could probably interview that dude.
Yes. I want you to get a close up of my muscles.
Yeah.
From
I want
Brussels.
one camera on all of my muscles. Each muscle.
Each muscle.
Just before we get going, how much say does Jean-Claude have in a lot of his movies? Does he like Tom Cruise, where he can like throw his weight around and go, "I want you to show to me my chest, and we're going to slow motion the stuff." But you know, because Tom Cruise is like real picky about how he makes his movies. So does Jean-Claude?
I don't think
Tom
Jean-Claude.
Cruise is a
Does
producer.
does Jean-Claude have some pull in how these films are made?
So when he's in a movie that's entirely based around him as a star, he does have a lot of pull. In this movie in particular, Lionheart, he basically came up with the story for it. And so like he co-wrote the movie, and therefore he has a lot of say in
All right.
this film.
I figured as much. All right.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 1990 Lionheart, rated R, with a runtime of 1 hour 48 minutes. This also came out in the same year as the last movie and also had the same budget, so $6 million. What do you think this brought into the box office? Let's go Vader first.
What did I say for the last one?
You said 16.
12.
$12 million. I'm gonna go $12 million, Bob.
Okay. Alex?
Well, the last one made 46.
No, I'm always wrong.
No, you're not. You're always right. I'm
You
gonna
won
say
a lot of speedboats.
I'm gonna say it made 32.
This had a box office budget of $6 million, box office of $24 million. Yeah,
Split
so he definitely brings in the moviegoers.
Doubled, quadrupled. Quadrupled. Man, this fucking Charles Schwab shit gets you.
It does.
Charles Schwab is a hell of a guy. Yes.
Or Charles Shaw. Shaw, yeah. Okay.
Well, what's funny about this movie is that it was actually shot after Death Warrant, but because Canon went bankrupt and Death Warrant was kind of like caught up in a bunch of like legal hurdles, this movie came out before Death Warrant, and it was based off of the popularity of this movie because a lot of the JCVD devotees, the people who love Jean-Claude Van Damme, loved this movie. They consider it one of his best ones after Bloodsport, and that led to the box office for Death Warrant being bigger than this one.
Wow, that's interesting.
Jean-Claude is a money maker.
I watch all his movies.
Right. We're still talking about him.
Jude, what's this
right.
movie all about?
Okay, let me tell you. French deserter Leon is trying to get to the hospital in L.A., where, unbeknownst to him, his brother has already died. After he's stowed away on a boat headed for L.A., but arriving in New York, he makes a name for himself in the world of underground fighting. Rising in the ranks of fancy underground fighting, he gains the interest of Brian Thompson, an exact look-alike female Brian Thompson. She wants him to fight for her and is desperate to keep him close. He falls asleep in his hotel room and wakes up the next morning naked, with female Brian Thompson sweating over him and giggling seductively. Now that he knows his brother is dead, Leon wants to help his brother's family however he can. So he goes back into the fighting circuit. All the Richies park their Mercedes-Benzes, making a fighting ring, and watch as Lionheart takes on a Highlander and wins. He starts sending money to his brother's family secretly and is the belle of the brawl. Everything is going great until the Foreign Legion catches up to him, intent to bring him in for a court-martial. Dodging the law, Leon lets Lady Thompson talk him into one last fight, the one they can all retire on and take care of his family for good. Thinking there's no way Leon can defeat this last fighter, that bitch Brian bets against him, but no one can defeat the Lionheart. Discuss.
This movie's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
I was expecting it to be horrible because, like, the first thing I've never seen this movie
You
before.
expect it to be horrible?
Yeah.
A Jean-Claude Van Damme
I
movie
know.
to be horrible?
when we did-
Fight blood sport.
Yeah.
Bum fight blood
Bum
sport.
fight blood sport.
I
That's
think
it.
when we did, remember when we did our like top 10 date movies? I think this was one of my top like 5 date movies.
I'd never seen it
Listen,
before.
I have one comment to say about your synopsis.
Synopsis.
Female Brian, what's his name?
Thompson.
Thompson.
She looks exactly
Dude,
like him.
she's a smoke show.
What?
Oh God, hell yeah, dude! I would smash the shit out of her. That would be amazing.
It's all yours.
He likes a strong jaw on a lady.
I like that. I think it was the way she had her like her little nightie thing on with that really high French cut thing that she came out.
That was a bathing suit.
Oh, whatever it was awesome.
Speaking of bathing suits, how about when they fight in a pool?
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
that was
amazing.
awesome.
In the leotards?
In the like wrestling jumpsuit? Yes.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, this movie is basically just like
It's underground bum fights, dude.
underground bum fights.
Blood sport, bun fights.
Well, with these rich people, so like he goes.
These are real. These things happen.
His brother gets in on the wrong crowd and literally gets lit on fire,
Yes.
which was really dark for an
Yeah.
opening of this movie.
Yeah, that's the first thing that happens.
Like exactly, it's the first thing that happens. The credits are still going, and his brother's like, "Oh no, don't pour gasoline on me!" And he's like, and then they let him on fire, and
yeah.
he's like, "Leon," as he's on fire. It's like
listen,
Jesus.
Give me 10 minutes. We could probably go watch an underground bum fight here in Vegas right now.
At the mole people,
Yeah.
there's a whole town under there,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, dude. I bet it's awesome too.
I wouldn't want to see it.
I see
I'm
the-
good. I'll pass. Anyway, so
you don't want to meet the mayor of Mole Town.
No, I don't. That sounds like something you do in a video game, though.
I want a movie. We need a movie about the underground world of Las Vegas.
We could make it.
And the bum fights that happen.
We could
I
make
know
it.
they happen. They have to happen.
Probably.
The underneath valleys down there, dude. It's just the parking structure down
It's
there.
fucked up.
Fucking perfect.
It is.
So there's something. So you talked about the very dark scene that happens at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
There's also something else I think hilarious that happens at the beginning of this movie, and it's when Leon is stowed away on the boat. He's trying to escape from the military so that
Right.
he can get to his brother. And when the boat is almost to New York, like he comes up from the depths of the boat and he sees like, oh, well, that's not L.A. And the boat captain is like, get back down there. I know you're a deserter. And he's like, maybe we can make a deal. And he punches the guy out, and then he just swims to shore.
He just jumps off the boat.
My only
Instead of just staying on the boat and having the boat come to shore. And then the next time we see him, he's totally dry.
Yeah.
Wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
My only question is he gets on a boat headed for L.A., but he ends up in New York. That's a completely different ocean.
Well, he was in.
Doesn't make any sense.
It was
to me.
1990.
Where
though.
was
It's
he?
a different then.
1990.
Where was he when he was working for the French Foreign Legion?
In northern Africa or something.
Yeah, he was in
He
Africa.
was in the desert.
Yeah, he's
Some
in
desert,
Africa.
some desert.
So he has to go across the Atlantic, and he's not gonna. We're not gonna go all the way down around South America. Do you know what
You
the?
gotta go
Hold
through
on.
the Panama Canal.
So you got to go through the Panama Canal,
Yeah,
right? But they're
yeah.
not gonna. He went on there expecting them to take him.
Jude's getting the globe out.
God.
This is how the world works.
Move Wajo or whatever his name is.
All right. Give us a geography lesson.
So he starts here, right? And he ends up here, but he needed to start here and go. Dun, 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 dun,
A 3-hour
dun,
tour.
dun, 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 dun. Yo, Panamanians, can I go through your canal? Uh-huh. Okay. And then they go through there, and then he goes, and he flies through on the water, goes to Hawaii, goes
All right,
down,
all right.
goes down to
All right.
goes down to Easter. Whoa,
We're done.
goes down to Easter Island, and and goes, oh,
So the
Mogwai, hey.
so the ship
And then-
captain was like,
and then he
"No."
ends up in L.A.
So the ship captain was like, "No, I'm not taking you to L.A. You're gonna stay on my boat because he's like shoveling coal."
You're gonna be my
Yeah.
coal slave.
Apparently, this ship was like a coal steamship.
1990. Ships were different.
It wasn't like a diesel engine or anything. He's down there shoveling coal for the steam engine.
It's from 1922.
Hey, it was a ship from Northern Africa. All right? What do you want?
Do they still even make steamships with coal chutes? That doesn't make any sense.
Listen, they had to have a ship that the French Foreign Legion couldn't track.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right. So dumb. It's really
Why
dumb.
the fuck was he shoveling coal? And that was like a montage. It was like his training montage as he's down there.
He's all, gonna shovel some coal.
He's all-
Gonna train for some fighting.
He's
Put
all-
some shit in the bag.
Remember, Jean-Claude
shovel
Van
some
Damme
coal.
co-wrote this. That's how he thinks boats are. He's like, how are boats run?
He's like-
they run just like trains on coal. Yes.
In Portugal, they have coal fleets of ships.
Show us on the globe where Portugal is.
I didn't know where I can't say the word.
Portugal.
I can't say it.
Porch.
Portugal. I can't do it. Portugal. Honestly, I can't do it. I've never been able to say
I
that.
can't
good.
say it right in my head now because of him.
Portugal.
Portugal.
Say porch.
Porch.
Like a front porch. Portugal.
Portugal.
Okay. Anyway, the coal
The whole
chute.
country's run on coal. The coal fucking factories.
So anyway, it's just his whole like going from Africa to New York in the coal powered
Are
fucking
so
shit.
sweaty right now.
It's so fucking hot in here.
Well, what's funny
bringing
is
trouble.
like when he goes from New York to LA, it literally happens in like one edit. Like
Yeah.
they don't even go to the airport. They're like in a car, and then the next thing, like, oh, we're in LA.
He's in LA.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He just had to get to LA.
He had to get to the bum fights under the overpass.
They needed an extra like
Listen,
15.
no one wants to see me traveling. They just want to see me fight and sweat.
He should. What he should have done is he should have fought his way to LA. Like, okay, we'll start in New York, and then we'll have a fight in Kansas, and then we're gonna have a fight, and then you can have different styles of fighting
That'd be kinda cool.
along the way. You could have like some redneck hillbilly fighter coming out there with his freaking spandex, or not spandex, his overalls, just freaking going at it, and then you go to the Midwest country, you have some cowboy who rides bulls.
He should have done like a barbecue tour.
Exactly.
Go to like hang out with like Guy Fieri and like go down and do. It's like, oh, we're gonna start down at the barbecue pit. And then we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna have a fight at the barbecue pit.
Yes.
It's like, dude. Yeah.
A freaking okay, so each one of these like arenas that he's in
Yeah.
is kind of like a different style. We have the pool, we have the cars in a circle, we have a bunch of different styles. Wouldn't it have been amazing if they were just surrounded by pit bosses making freaking barbecue and they're in the middle? How fucking incredible would that be?
Yeah.
Big barbecue, the loser.
They have Guy Fieri, winner, chicken dinner.
He could be the announcer with his stupid spiky hair.
Fucking hair. That fat fuck. His stupid fucking hair.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It's Charles Shaw, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so we get to LA and he goes to the fights. I don't have anything to say against this movie. It is what it is.
This movie's amazing.
It's amazing and it's ridiculous.
So many hot chicks with big hair.
I love that he has one fight for the Richies. He
Yeah.
has probably a couple of like the bum fights, and then he goes to like the rich fight, which is where like it's the same thing, but like rich people watch.
Right.
And he has one, and all of a sudden he's the darling of Brian Thompson and her male version of herself, Brian Thompson. and they're like, listen, we need you to keep fighting because you are the darling
Well, I
of
think-
the fighting circuit. People in New York are still talking about you.
I think the dude that he fought in that first fight in that parking garage was like their top tier fighter.
Yeah,
and he
pretty-
just punched him in the nuts.
He just
Yeah,
punched
and-
him in the balls.
Yeah.
in the underpass league.
Yeah.
And the one date girl with the big hair and the sexy dress, she gets like blood on her, and she like
she licks it.
off of herself, and she licks it.
I was like, oh my God, I can't
I-
believe she just did that.
I was like,
You're gonna get a
that's
disease, lady.
Not safe.
You know what they should have done?
Well, the guy that she was with is Lawrence Bender, who was all of the producer of all the Quentin Tarantino movies. This was like one of his like first film appearances.
Huh.
Really?
And he was with the blood slut, basically the girl,
blood
the girl who gets hot seeing other guys like beat to a pulp.
She did. It's like Jean-Claude or somebody gets punched in the face and spits blood all over her, and she just like takes it off her chest.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and Lawrence Bender's epic ponytail, like sleazy '90s ponytail.
You know what they should have done? They should have had a scene in this where his handler, the black dude, what's his name?
I don't know, but he's awesome.
They should have asked Leon. They should, hey Leon, what is best in life? And he could have said something like, oh, you know, to crush your enemies and to beat them up in the swimming pool and to fuck all their women.
So his handler's name is
Joshua.
Joshua.
Played by Harrison Page. And the funny thing about Harrison Page is like he's like a very serious actor, and he did the jive talking street guy like 90% of his lines were ad-libbed.
Oh my God.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme couldn't understand what he was saying half
my
the
God.
time.
I couldn't understand what he was saying half the time, and I loved it.
It was great.
It was like Samuel L. Jackson on cocaine.
But Jean-Claude Van Damme got really frustrated having to act, you know, with this guy because he was like, I never understand what you're saying.
But he's like, there was a scene where Jean-Claude gets beat up by the French Foreign Legion at some point during the second half of the movie, and he's got a couple of bruised ribs. He's supposed to go up against the big bad
He
freaking
broke a rib.
Andre the Giant fighter with the big mutton chops.
He did have an Andre
He
thing
looked
going on.
exactly like Andre
he
the
was
Giant.
Skinny Andre.
Yeah, yeah. That's the whole time I was like, is this Andre's brother? Did he have a brother? Because he looked just like him. Anyway,
Who is that
If you
guy?
know, pop it in the comments.
yeah.
Yeah, who is the guy that he fights at the end? The big bad?
The big guy with the mutton chops and
Mutton
the ponytail. But he's supposed to go up there, and his handler Joshua, right?
Yeah.
Okay. His handler Joshua comes in and talks to him and finds out that he's got a couple broken ribs, and he's like, "Man, what do you fucking think you're doing? You can't go in there all fucked up like that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing."
How about when he fights the Highlander?
Yes.
And Joshua's like, he's wearing a skirt. Why don't you see what's up there?
I definitely got a Kurgan vibe off that dude.
I fucking loved him, dude.
was
He
pretty
made the
cool.
movie for me. He was one of the best parts of this whole movie.
So have you guys ever heard of Billy Blanks?
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know why.
So he's the guy who invented Tybo.
Right.
And he plays one of the French Foreign Legion guys at the beginning that
Really?
Jean-Claude kicks his ass and escapes from.
Okay.
Yeah,
God.
he's on screen for like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, and like immediately at the get go, when he's still like in the military, they're so antagonistic.
Oh, they're dicks.
They're like, yes, we know your brother is dying, but we need you
Well,
here.
it's not. I don't know if you know anything about the French Foreign Legion, but basically it was a place that a lot of criminals would sign up for instead of going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So the French Foreign Legion was used to dealing with like really like
Oh,
scum
it's
of
the
the earth
Wall.
people.
It's pretty brutal.
Yes.
It is. It
Okay.
is the wall. That's
Okay.
a good idea. That's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Game of Thrones. Yep.
you could get castrated, or you could come work for us.
Yeah,
die.
the
You
funny
can
thing
die.
about this movie is it was directed by Sheldon Lettich, who was the writer of Bloodsport. And this was like his first like big film, and Jean-Claude Van Damme like teamed up with him to write the screenplay for it because it was based off of a story that Jean-Claude Van Damme came up with. Basically Bloodsport. And
I wish his name had been Frank Dukes in this.
And because he was, friends with Sheldon Lettich from Bloodsport, he kind of lobbied for him to be the director. And he was like, well, if he sucks, we can just replace him later on. But it turns out that Sheldon Lettich was, pretty good at it. And he's kind of built his career around making Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I don't know if you've ever checked out his filmography, but he's got like 5 or 6 Jean-Claude Van Damme movies under his belt. And this movie was actually, all the fight scenes were choreographed by Frank Dux from who the Bloodsport
Get
movie
the
was.
fuck out.
Really?
The choreographer for these fight scenes was Frank Dukes.
Yeah, because this was back when Frank Dukes and Jean-Claude Van Damme were still like kind of cool with each other. And so like he came in and basically choreographed all the fights for this movie.
Wow.
The slow motion.
This just bumped it up another star for me.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of did.
And Dukes. American Ninja.
The Andre the Giant guy.
Okay, USA.
Okay, USA. This movie is missing.
What this movie is missing is
Donald Gibbs.
Is Donald Gibbs.
Yeah, need Donald Gibb.
Been with a big
Never
man.
been with a big man. Can you imagine? Who would you have put him in? Would you have put him in one of the fighters?
Yeah, for sure. That'd
Yeah,
been
going
great.
up against Jean-Claude.
My wife asked me. She finally saw this shirt in my closet. She goes, what does that shirt mean? It's kind of dirty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You ever
But
been with
it's
a big
funny
man?
too. Okay,
Did you then immediately go and watch Bloodsport with
I
her?
totally explained it to her. She
Okay.
goes, oh, okay, that's fine.
okay. What if Donald Gibb was in the Brian Thompson part?
No. I think it would have been better if he was a fighter.
He doesn't need to speak a whole
He
lot.
should have been
No,
one.
no,
Of,
no. Lady Brian Thompson.
he should have been one of the guys that was from the Foreign Legion trying to hunt down.
They just needed him to be like one of the bums under the overpass in the fight scene.
No,
Just give him some love.
have him go up against Jean-Claude. I would have loved that if he would have been one of the freaking guys who was fighting Jean-Claude. Like,
Okay, USA.
okay, USA, I'm gonna fuck you up, kid. Are you ready? And then it goes in.
Anytime, any place.
he just punches him in the balls.
Yeah.
And fights over.
It's a fucking weak ass move, Jean-Claude.
So one of the interesting things about this movie is that this is Ashley Johnson's first film, and she played the young daughter the niece of Jean-Claude Van Damme's character.
Oh, okay.
And one of the weird things about this movie to me is like Jean-Claude's like, I'm all about the family. Like he's basically Dom from Fast and Furious.
Right, yeah.
Lives
Lives his life 1/4 mile at a time.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't got friends, I got family. So like basically he kind of like adopts his brother's wife and kid, and it's like they're my family, and he like fights for them. And one of the weird things about this movie is that you know, he comes back because his brother was killed by a street gang trying to like move dope or something like that. And you'd think that this is a revenge tale because, like, he'd be like, I want to find the people who murdered my brother and you know,
Yeah, no, he doesn't
teach
give a
them
shit
lesson.
about that.
No, we never talk about it again.
Well, he asked the doctor who was caring for his brother. He's like, did they ever catch the guys who did this? And they're like, oh yeah, they're in jail.
Oh, right.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, oh, okay. I guess I'll go fight some bums.
He's like, he wipes his tears. He's like, okay, thanks. And then he goes and gets drunk. And then the next day he's like, I guess I'll fight.
Yeah. Because he wants to take care of his sister-in-law and niece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's admirable. I was like, okay, I'm in for
They
that.
should have got somebody hotter to play his
Did they?
sister-in-law.
I don't think
He's
they
got the
needed-
heart of a
Shit, it was a
lion.
redhead, bro.
Eh,
Anyway,
she was kind of plain.
fuck you.
There's much hotter redheads out there.
Oh, here's the sexy blood scene.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're watching it right now.
Oh, see, that guy's
she
wearing,
is.
Yeah, he's wearing a black leather vest. You know he's the best.
Yep. Oh God, she is kind of hideous, isn't she?
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, there
there
it
it
is.
is.
Right on the chest.
Yeah.
Oh my
she's
God.
so
I like her.
into it. Oh, and then she locks eyes with Leon. She's like, "Ooh, watch me
Look-
be
look at this.
so sexy."
Now she's
Oh,
Yeah.
now she's a vampire.
he's all like, what the fuck is going on?
This movie needed Blade.
He's like, "That did not."
Wesley
make me hot."
Snipes?
Wesley Snipes. in it.
Would he have been a better main bad guy for the LA area?
No, you'd have been
It
better,
would've
better
been
Joshua.
Pretty cool.
Oh, Joshua, that would have been cool, yeah. But I like Joshua though.
Yeah,
I think he's
Joshua.
the best part of this freaking movie.
You know
I
what we
love
should do?
Joshua.
this jive talking
We,
shit.
we need to have a Wesley Snipes week and watch New Jack City. That'd be pretty.
I'm down for a Wesley Snipes week.
I love how like he starts doing these fights and they kind of move to LA and it looks like they're like sharing an apartment at one time and Joshua's just like chilling on the couch with a TV and like a dirty magazine and Jean-Claude's like he's like going out for a run but he wants the magazine for some reason and they have like this fun little argument and he's like, oh no, that'll rot your brain, you need to focus on fighting, and he's like, okay, I'll just go run by myself.
I used to have a hat like that, guys. His little.
Oh, with
still have
the
one.
short brim?
What do they call those hats?
That's
I don't
like
know.
a, like
It's
a,
his
like a
village
train guy
His village
hat.
people hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are popular. She's
Ugh.
not
She's
pretty,
not
bro.
hot.
Were you drunk when you watched this?
I must have been.
He's drunk now. He's got reverse beer goggles. He thought she was hot when he was sober, and now that he's
That's
drunk,
it.
he's like, I could do better.
Reverse beer goggles. That's my curse.
Look at that jawline. She's standing right next to Brian
Oh,
Thompson.
look at that smile,
You cannot tell them apart.
They're twins. They're twins. I have a thing for Brian Thompson. That is not cool.
Gender swap Brian Thompson. Oh yeah, that does it for you.
Saying that Brian Thompson played both parts.
He wants to Anson mount that right
The
now.
Night Slasher. Clink, clink. Yeah, that's great. I love it. Yeah.
It's another sex act. The
You
Night
tell me
Slasher.
Donald Gibb would not have made a better female Brian Thompson.
I want to see them fight. That's all. I mean, sure, maybe it would have been funny if we would have been in there, but
He's working out, and like Jean-Claude Van Damme is naked.
dude,
He's like, hey man.
can we talk?
God damn. This
Hey,
fucking,
sleepyhead.
we're not gonna make it through this show.
Can you? That scene was
the
freaking
chart-
hilarious.
Okay.
So he goes to bed in this like silk sheeted freaking bed. He wakes up, he's completely naked, and she's over there just doing reps.
He passes out on top of the covers, fully clothed.
Yeah.
He wakes up, he's underneath the covers and naked, and they don't explain it, but he goes, where are my clothes?
Yeah.
And she makes it clear she undressed him and
Yeah.
tucked him in, probably by herself, and she's just doing reps across from the bed.
With a Bowflex, just sitting over there freaking, oh yeah, this is real sexy.
Yeah, it'd be funny if she actually had Brian Thompson do the undressing and she just watched.
He's probably sitting there with a big old fucking morning wood fucking pecker going.
yeah, yeah.
Not after he saw that.
I think I'd still hit it. I mean, Why not?
I mean, I'm not going to look at her. I'll probably answer
God
no.
damn, dude.
She's got a square jaw. I wonder if it does the snake thing where it like dislocates itself, so it can like.
Oh, you're getting dirty.
That's how you hit a Captain Pike.
Yeah. An Anson Mount.
All right, we're running off track.
That's the kind of girl you take home to Anson
Final
Mountain.
thoughts. Give this
We're
movie a
doing
rating.
final thoughts already.
Yeah, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't
It's
know.
not a complicated movie, man.
No.
Bum fights.
Bum
Bloodsport.
fights and Jean-Claude Van
He
Damme.
goes to L.A. but ends up in New York. He's in the French Foreign Legion. Oh, what about the French Foreign Legion guys who were the exact same dudes as Bloodsport from
Yes.
Well, yeah, they were the cops. It was
It's like, okay, we're coming to get you.
Forrest Whitaker,
Forrest
right?
Whitaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can. But okay, cool. Go do the fight first, and then we'll
It's the exact same.
take it. It's the exact same
Exact
thing.
same characters. Yeah.
It
Didn't
really is.
They even go there and they watch the final fight.
John,
Because
John, yeah,
And
John.
then they pat him on the back. They were like, "That was a good
That was
fight.
a good fight, man.
We got your.
Come on, Leon.
Let's
Your
go.
fight's done."
We're going to the desert to go to jail.
And they're like, "Your family is gonna be okay now."
Yeah. And then they let him go at the end, right? Like they're
No.
driving in the car.
And the black dude is a little Asian dude, right?
Okay, USA.
Yeah, okay.
Sure, yeah.
I
But I like him better,
This
though.
really is Bloodsport.
It is. It's
I think-
exactly like this.
Doesn't the Foreign Legion
so-
have guns,
so
but
wait.
like in Bloodsport they have weird tasers?
Wait, the guy who wrote Bloodsport, who also wrote and directed this movie, made it like Bloodsport?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Just make the same
Blew
movie.
my mind.
Make the same movie twice. And market it differently.
Can we
Oh,
do?
it's exactly the same.
Let's remake Lionheart, and we'll call it Bloodsport 2.
Did you know?
We'll call it Tiger Beat.
Yeah, something.
Did you know this movie had 5 different titles?
Really? What were
Do
they?
you know what they are?
Yeah. So like basically it was
Let's score these titles.
Okay.
Let's judge them.
All right.
okay. In the U.S. it was called Lionheart.
Okay.
Then in Australia it was called Full Contact.
Oh, I like
I
that.
like Lionheart better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Lionheart doesn't make
There's
any
probably
sense.
something else already.
Well, his name
called
is
Full
Leon.
Contact.
In the UK it was called AWOL, Absent Without Leave.
That's stupid.
Stupid.
Fucking British
What's wrong with those
people.
fucking UK
Yeah.
people?
In Germany it was called Leon.
Like the professional?
Yeah, that's already a movie.
It's like, Leon, well, I get the crush on little girls.
And I think in Portugal it was called Wrong Bet.
No.
Wrong bet.
No,
No, Lionheart.
I like Full
Lionheart's-
Contact and I like Lionheart.
Yeah,
Lionheart's
Full
the best
Contact
one.
is my vote.
But the funny thing is that because this movie was sold to like different territories, it was an independent production, right? And so like depending on who got it, what distributor and what territory, they just named it something different.
Huh.
It was very strange. But like yeah, this movie has 5 different titles to
That's
it.
funny.
I like Full Contact.
Is that like, it's like No Escape, but Escape from Absalom?
Yeah, pretty much.
Escape Absalom is better. Let's do final thoughts. Give it a rating, V. What do you think about? What do you think about this movie?
What did I give the last one? 2.75. I'm going to go 3 Jean-Claude Van Damme blood drops, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Three
Yeah.
blood drops out of 5.
Yeah, three roundhouse slow motion kicks
Okay,
out of 5. Sure.
cool. Jude.
Okay. The fact that the writer of Bloodsport, or director, writer? Writer.
And
So the
director.
writer of Bloodsport.
The writer of Bloodsport is the writer and director of this, bumped it up for me. So for me, this is 4 pool
wow, 4.
leotards out of 5 pool leotards.
Okay. Wow, 4.
I mean, this movie made me want to like bang a man. So, you know, I'm kind of...
Somebody take the $2 chuck away from it. You're gonna watch this later and be like, "Why did you guys let me say
I
that?"
know, right? But she's kind of hot in a weird, like, manly jaw kind of way.
All right, Kadish, what's your
She's what we call a handsome woman.
Handsome woman. She looks good in the freaking thing. And one of those high cut
stop?
French cut
You're gonna.
things.
French?
French. She's got a French leotard on.
Belgian leotard.
What a
A Portugal leotard?
Portugal.
leotard from Portugal. Yeah.
Show us on the globe where the leotard
I
came
have
from.
no idea. I think it's in Europe somewhere. Like is it by that Estonia or whatever the fuck? I really don't know.
Bratislava.
Who?
Bratislava and Pork Estonia.
Portugal's one of those freaking
Dude,
it's one of those countries.
wait, we could.
It's one of those countries. you
Dude, I'm
forget
Viking
exists.
cop. Viking cop. So where are you from? I'm from Portugal. It's right next to Bratislava.
No. We have to reenact the Euro trip safe word. And it's Portugal, but he can't
Honestly,
fucking
though.
say it.
For real, is there a
No, there's-
least thought of European country than Portugal? I don't even know where the fuck it is.
That's because there is no country named Portugal.
It needs more respect. It needs to be famous for something. What is Portugal famous for? I don't know.
Pork.
Pork,
Obviously,
maybe?
it's from pork.
It's sausages.
It's fucking pork, bro.
Sausages from Portugal.
They make really
bet
fucking
they're
good
amazing.
pork.
I think Portugal is one of those countries where like they worship the pig, so you're not allowed to eat them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Hate those countries.
I really can't say it. I don't know how to
Whatever.
say it.
Anyway, Kadish, this is gonna be a monster to edit. Kadish, what's your final thoughts
Just
on
let it
Lionheart?
go, bro. Who cares?
Okay.
So anyway, back to my thoughts. You know, one of the interesting things about both this movie and Death Warrant is that they kind of started to pioneer the multi-edit action hit. So like there are scenes in here, especially like in the pool scene where Jean-Claude Van Damme punches or kicks a guy, and they just repeat the same punch in the editing like multiple times to like kind of emphasize it, and it gets to the point where it's pretty ridiculous. But these were like the first movies to like kind of do that, to kind of emphasize the hits, I guess, and drag out the action scenes. So that was kind of fun. I didn't find this movie all that entertaining. Like it just felt like a kind of shallow follow up to Bloodsport for me. And the story didn't make a whole lot of sense, and there weren't a whole lot of attractive women in this movie.
How dare you?
So
Got a masculine jaw.
yeah, so I give it 2 masculine jaws out of 5. So.
I'm with Kadish. This is a 2 out of 5 for me. I kind of see it as just the poor man's Bloodsport.
It's Bloodsport with bum fight.
Bum fight Bloodsport.
It's amazing.
And 2 Brian Thompsons for the price of 1.
I don't want to look at the other one. Anyway,
makes it attractive,
not my favorite
doesn't he?
movie of the week. Definitely not. But it's all right. It's fun. I mean, they're all. I can't say that in a negative way. They're all fun. They're all Jean-Claude Van Damme freaking fun movies. I do like the scene where he fights the Highlander. That was hilarious.
Highlander.
He fights the Highlander.
Yeah.
The Kurgan. There can be only
There can
one.
be only one.
He's basically early 90s Conor McGregor that he fights.
Yeah.
How awesome would it have been
Man,
if
that
they...
guy's wearing a skirt.
See what's up it.
They should have got the guy that... What the fuck is his name? That plays the Kurgan.
Clancy Brown?
Yeah, they got Clancy
Brown in
If
this
they got
movie?
Clancy Brown to play the dude at
Whoa.
the end.
Okay.
That would have been
sold.
over the top.
Well, yeah, you put Clancy
5
Brown.
star.
5 star, yeah. Clancy Brown is the bad guy. Fucking 5-star movie.
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with this movie,
No, it's
but
fun.
we just fixed it.
Yeah. All right. Instead of Andre the Giant's smaller brother.
Yeah, skinny little brother. The 350-pound skinny little brother.
With the great sideburns.
Oh, he's
The
got-
amazing
I think
sideburns.
I'm gonna shave my beard.
And just keep the
Just
berms.
keep the berms.
Berms? From Portugal?
That's what they call him at Portugal.
My wife-
Portugal. I don't know how to say it.
I'm doing a reverse goatee. My wife would kill me. Divorced.
You look like a Commodore from the 1800s.
Mutton chops. Yeah.
The berms. They're fucking berms.
Doing the berms. Big old fucking Elvis sideburns and shit. Hell yeah, dude.
It doesn't matter what my rating is.
What is it?
We'll be
Give me-
right back. It's
How many
2.
berms?
It's
How
just
many
2.
berms do you
2
give it?
berms. 2 berms out of 5.
Off the rails.
God. We haven't even gotten to the best movie yet.
We're only halfway through.